Welcome in. I know it's not a great day for Bulls fans, including me. I'm not exactly happy from this performance, but I'm just gonna say I'm not shocked. I'm definitely not shocked from this at all. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about this game tonight, obviously, and then we'll do some fun things tonight. I wanna, it's opening night. I want to do a couple of fun things on stream with you guys. So welcome in. Glad to see you guys here. What's going on, Taro? Hi, Viper Strike. Yeah, Bulls are definitely very not good right now. Well, at least they were shooting. Yeah, I mean, look, I think that's a big takeaway, honestly. And I'm glad that they were shooting. I'm like very, very happy that they were shooting. It just, I think it really just shows you how much of a player personnel like problem this roster has, because yeah, they were shooting. This is exactly what I wanted to see. But obviously they weren't hitting shots. So it was just pretty awful tonight. And honestly, I don't think really anybody looked good on offense tonight. So it's how it's gonna go. That's the home opener last year, another blowout this year is so bad. I mean, when you face teams that are better than you and play better than you and have a better personnel, I'm not shocked. Cavs obviously for the home opener last season, and they're better obviously, and then the Thunder. I've said that I think the Thunder team's making a ginormous step forward this season, and I knew that this Thunder team was gonna give this Bulls team problems, and they flat out did tonight. So congratulations to the Thunder, and obviously congratulations to Chet Holmgren and others for having such a good opening night for them. I am having hold on, sorry. I don't know if you guys know, but YouTube changed their ad blocker stuff, so it's a little bit annoying right now as I try to play my usual music. Hopefully you guys can hear that. Yeah, you guys should be able to. Let's go to MC Season. Hi, Salty Solutions. Yeah, this was overall just a terrible offensive performance by honestly I think everybody for the Bulls. Not exactly the turnovers. I know Zach had some turnovers, and I know some of the other guys had some weird turnovers. But I mean, 12 is not terrible in terms of the turnovers. It was just they just didn't hit shots, and it didn't matter, honestly. I mean, we're just gonna go ahead and look at the shot chart. The Bulls, like, they didn't hit shots from three. They also just didn't hit shots from anywhere, honestly. Like, even like with the mid-range shot from some of these guys, which is where they're usually pretty solid from, they weren't hitting them. Some guys in the paint were getting some looks, they weren't hitting them. Like, it just was just a terrible night for the Bulls, and just from everywhere, honestly. Quick look at the box score. I mean, obviously terrible game from Zach, terrible game from Kobe. Not the greatest game for Vooch in terms of not taking enough attempts. Not the greatest game from DeRozan. I guess he's like our only bright spot. Pretty good game from Torrey Craig, I think. So that he was pretty solid. But that's it. Honestly, like I don't really see much else. Just pretty awful. And I'm just gonna point this out. I don't know why Io's not in the main rotation. Billy's running a 9-man rotation and Io's not in the main rotation. I don't understand that. And I'm not saying to replace somebody. I'm saying he should run a 10-man, because he was running a 10-man in preseason fine. But I don't know why he decided not to run a 10-man. So I think Io needs to be in rotation straight up. I am once again hoping for a rebuild. I think a lot of you are, and I don't blame you. But yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't mind a rebuild, like in a sense, but man, oh man, what I don't want to be like, we need to tank, we gotta get the first overall pick, and then we're never gonna get it. I just know we're never gonna get it, and we're just gonna be stuck in hell for years. So if we're gonna rebuild, it better be a different type of rebuild, and not just praying to the gods. And like, because I do think that tanking versus rebuilding, there's a difference. But yeah, I get it, and I'm not stopping you from that. Drummond looked good. Yeah, you know what? I'll put Drummond in that category too of looking pretty solid. I do think Drummond looked pretty good. Honestly, I thought he should play more minutes. I don't know why he didn't play more minutes tonight, but it's Billy Donovan, his interesting decisions. I'll just put it that way. Sorry for the ad. I'm really upset about this whole ad blocker stuff just stopping. So I do apologize for the ad. That I don't want that ever playing on my stream, but you got an ad. I do apologize. Carter Craig kind of showed their shooting impact, kind of not really. Yeah, Torrey Craig definitely. I mean, we saw with Craig, he was shooting a lot. He only took, these were all in the first half though. He didn't take any in the second half. Carter, not really. He shot 1 for 4. I mean, we saw him shoot it, right? But obviously he didn't make as many. So, yeah, Torrey Craig, I think is like the one bright spot. I'll put Drummond in there too. But after that, just like pretty much awful from the Bulls in terms of overall just shooting. Like, Bulls just couldn't make shots. I mean, look at this. Like, forget the 3-point shot, you know, misses. Okay, like I know the Bulls are gonna miss threes. Okay, because they just don't have the personnel. But I mean, like, look at all these mid-range shots missed. I mean, these are a ton of mid-range shots just being missed. Okay, the Bulls missed more mid-range shots than made. And then we have a ton of just X's here in the middle here, and I don't know why. Guys just couldn't finish tonight, including some shots in the paint from like where Vooch usually takes these like little floating shots. I saw Kobe take some float shots that he usually makes. He just flat out missed it. So I mean, look, when your guys, when your main offensive guys, right, like with DeRozan, Levine, White, Vooch, they don't really have the greatest games in a sense. This is what's gonna happen. So I'm not really shocked by this game. I'll say I'm not shocked at all to see that this Bulls team just could not score because their main scorers couldn't score tonight. And I do think that this Bulls team just, man, I don't know if everyone needs to get into the shooting into the gym, because like, I mean, your two best 3-point shooters in my opinion are Levine and Kobe. They went 2 for 9, 2 for 7. So I mean, I think this is gonna get better. I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna say it will. But Patrick Williams has continued his terrible shooting, so he is now 0 for 11 in his last 11 shots. So not great. I want Vooch to shoot more, but you know, it's Vooch. I'm not gonna say too much about it. So yeah, just honestly a really terrible night. I'm happy to see these attempts. 42, you know, that's good. I would have been fine with like 30, 36, 38. I think that would have also been fine. I think a lot of these shots honestly came at the very end where it's just kind of garbage time. And look, the Bulls, in my opinion, I don't know about you guys, they got a ton of looks. They got a ton of looks tonight that I'm just like, hey, good look, you just missed it. So guys just need to make these shots. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, we should go back to the old offense after tonight. Like, see, this doesn't work. I'm just gonna straight up tell you right now, if the Bulls played their old offense tonight, like we saw, well, you know, slow tempo, post up, isolate DeRozan, or let DeRozan just like pick and roll mid-range area, guys not really getting to the basket at all. I mean, I'm telling you, this would have been an even bigger blowout. I don't even think the Bulls get to 104 points with how terrible they shot from 3-point range tonight. So I don't want to honestly hear that sort of stuff of like, we gotta go back, we gotta revert back, see, modern day basketball doesn't work. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I think that it's very clear that this Bulls team is a personnel issue, right? This Bulls team does not have enough 3-point shooters on the roster, or guys who I think are pretty good 3-point shooters are not taking enough. So I mean, Zach taking 9 and Kobe taking 7, that's good. That's good. I'm happy to see it. But Patrick Williams, you need to take more. Vooch, you gotta take more, right? And these are some of your better 3-point shooters in my opinion. So I don't really see why these guys aren't taking more in a sense. And I thought Vooch passed up on a few. So we'll see if this Bulls team can, you know, kind of fix itself come Friday against Raptors, which I don't know if you guys watched my video that I posted earlier today. I expected the Bulls to lose this one. I really did. Even if the Bulls like really did play well, I just expected an L because the Thunder's given them so many issues. I mean, look at Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, this is insane from him. But I do think the Bulls win against the Raptors. So I think the big test, honestly, to kind of see where this Bulls team is at offensively with the new system is going to be against the Raptors on Friday. That is also at the United Center. So we'll get obviously home court advantage, and hopefully the Raptors the Bulls do win against the Raptors. So I'm actually checking this right here because I'm actually seeing some pretty low scores from a lot of teams tonight that aren't usually this low. Like even like this game for the Knicks and the Celtics, I just think this is low. So it is the first game of the season. We saw some low scores yesterday in terms of for some teams, right? So I'm not gonna be like freaking out too much, honestly, because I do think that opening night is a little weird and some guys don't officially have the rhythm. But if this continues on, then I think we'll have some problems moving forward. In terms of just like, you know, the best scorers on this team not exactly scoring the ball where they should. Like Kobe going 4 for 14 and Zach going 4 for 16. I just don't think this is really going to ever happen again. And you know, if it continues to happen, then we'll have some serious problems. But I don't really think it's going to happen unnecessarily. So yeah, just odd stuff tonight. In terms of around the NBA too. I mean, what the hell is this game? This is a ridiculous score. And guys, 5 for 17, 6 for 16. Yeah, 2 for 8. Yikes, man. Yeah, I guess just some teams just can't get it going, or some players just having weird nights. It is opening night. 4 for 11. Not too bad from the Celtics side of things. Just looks like Tatum and Kristaps honestly just carried 5 of 22, 6 of 21. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's a blue moon or something. This is just a weird night in the NBA. Guys are missing shots. Like Jalen Brunson going 6 of 21 is ridiculous. I don't think I've seen that from Jalen Brunson in a long time. So yeah, odd night. So I'm not gonna go too. I'm not too concerned about some of these shooting percentages, honestly. In terms of like the better scores here. These guys will be better in my opinion. So, yeah, that's that. I do want to talk about Zach though, because man, I'm upset at him because and it wasn't necessarily him missing shots. It was the third foul that he picked up. This is where it really comes down to for the Bulls. Like it's gonna have to be a really awkward balance between Zach and Kobe with how much they're gonna be attacking the basket, right? And how much the Bulls want to play downhill, because Zach picked up his second foul via an offensive foul, okay? And that foul, I'm just like, he's gonna get these fouls if he is attacking this hard. And I do appreciate him attacking the basket as much as he did. And he had 4 turnovers, but those were all in the first half, so I guess he did a better job in the second half to the turnovers. But if Zach's gonna be attacking that hard, like he's gonna be picking up offensive fouls. I mean, when you watch a guy like Giannis attack, he picks up offensive fouls all the time. So I don't know how this balance is gonna really be. I honestly liked most of Zach's shots. He took 2 mid-range shots that I thought were completely unnecessary, but other than that, I liked most of Zach's shots tonight. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I can't stand that these ads are just suddenly being played on YouTube now like this, and I don't know why for a playlist like a music playlist it's gonna be this like this, but it is what it is. So I think the biggest thing for me is like, because if Zach, you know, his shot wasn't going down early, I thought he got some good looks from 3, and he was getting to the free throw line, which is great. Like this is good to see from Zach, because there are times with his free throws, at times he doesn't do it enough, right? He doesn't get to the free throw line enough. And I think that always leads to his inconsistency. Like let's just say it's an off night for him. Like he can't figure out ways to actually get some points up. So the free throws were great, but like I said, if he's gonna be trying to get these free throw attempts and constantly trying to get to the basket, he's gonna be picking up those offensive fouls. So I would just kind of like to see. Like, I would like to see Kobe also really start to look to attack the basket, especially if Zach really can't be in a position to attack the basket. The problem was that both these guys picked up 2 early fouls, so it's like neither of them wanted to attack then. And these are like your 2 guys that you can trust to actually be attacking the basket constantly. So I don't exactly know what's going to be with these 2 guys and finding the balance, but I think they're gonna have to talk about it, and then Billy's gonna have to figure out the correct balance between these 2 guys of who's attacking and who's spotting up. Because these are your 2 best guys to attack the rim, and these are your 2 best shooters. So they're gonna have to really figure it out, honestly, in terms of trying to figure out what's the best balance for everyone. So interesting to see moving forward. Zach only played 24 minutes, unfortunately, because of the 3 fouls. That foul he picked up on that his third foul when he fouled the 3-point shooter, that was just a terrible foul by him. He's got to be better. But even in 24 minutes, he still got the 16 points and 4-16 shooting, which is kind of crazy. And if he just played more, he probably gets up higher. So it's important that he stays out of foul trouble if he's gonna be attacking the basket this much, because he needs to be out of foul trouble to consistently attack the rim. So we'll see how this all kind of works out moving forward. But yeah, disappointing stuff from Zach tonight and from many others tonight, unfortunately. What's going on, Patrick? Disappointing night. Yeah, disappointing, but like I also said, I was expecting an L tonight from the Bulls anyway. So I'm not entirely too shocked by this performance by the Bulls tonight. So yeah, it is what it is. This is just kind of, it is what it is tonight for the Bulls. They just could not hit any sort of shots tonight. But I like the shot selection better. It was just a better shot selection overall. 42 threes attempted. I'll just say like 38 because of the garbage time, and they got to the paint a lot. Just, you know, is what it is. The Bulls also shot 15 free throws in that first half. They shot 18 for the game. It kind of shows you that died. So not good from this standpoint. They need to get to the free throw line still. And then in terms of points in the paint for the Bulls, they did pretty solid. Yeah, they had 44. I'm gonna say 40 was when garbage time happened. So 40 is not great, especially because the Bulls at halftime they had 22 points in the paint. So you would like to see like 46 to 48. So you can just tell that the offense just seriously died in that second half. Just straight up, honestly, just kind of died. And it wasn't like the entirety of the third. It was really the end of the third into the fourth quarters when the offense just went complete kaboom, and things just went south. So overall, this is what we're looking at for this Bulls in the first game, and it's a disappointment, unfortunately. But yeah, I just expected an L tonight, so I'm not freaking out too much about it. A lot of doubt around the team on what the role is. I suppose Javon Carter disappointed me a lot. He's passed a lot of open looks. I do think he passed up some open looks, but he also took 4, so like I'm not too upset at him. But yeah, I can understand why you're upset with him in terms of passing up some open looks. I honestly wasn't too upset with guys turning down threes. I think there was definitely one by Pat tonight that was like he should have shot it. And I thought Vooch had like 3 he could have taken, but he decided not to shoot it. So, but other than that, I wasn't too upset. Like I actually thought these guys were like really taking them in rhythm and when they should take them. So I'm not going to complain too much about it, honestly, tonight in terms of just guys not taking shots. So yeah, not too terrible. Now, here's gonna be the weird thing that we're going to watch with this Bulls team, because we're clearly seeing like this Bulls team trying to play with more pace, and usually when we play with more pace, the defense does suffer, right? That's not abnormal, but the weird thing about this game is that like the Bulls forced 15 turnovers by the Thunder, so like you can tell that like there are really good moments tonight defensively by the Bulls. But and I'll just say, like I actually thought that like for a good portion that the Bulls played some pretty solid defense, specifically in the second quarter. But the problem is that when you have a team like the Thunder that are just launching 3As and draining them, that it's not gonna show. And that's the reason why I'm saying you have to be constantly keeping up via the points battle on the offensive end, because you can play good defense all you want, but it's not gonna always be enough, especially on a team that made 19 threes tonight, right? So I'm going to be very interested in watching the defense moving forward to see like how are they going to be. 15 turnovers tonight is great. I think the Bulls had a lot of points off turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they had 22 points off turnovers, which that's fantastic. Like, that's a really good number, but it's got to be a little bit better in terms of the overall defensive consistency. Bulls, in terms of fast break points to Thunder, this is the reason why I said the Thunder are going to give the Bulls problems tonight, is because of this. The Thunder always run out on the break and always destroy. 19-second chance points by the Bulls, which is good. So honestly, like when it comes to Billy Donovan and him talking about like, hey, we need to do more of this stuff, it's like, okay, well, you got into the paint more, you got more second chance points, which is what the 2 things that you wanted. You just didn't hit your threes. So yeah, you gotta start hitting threes. Your team has to start hitting threes and make sure that these guys are shooting it consistently moving forward. Also, wish I had a few multiple mismatches, but the ball handler struggled to the ball, struggled to pass it. Okay, so we're gonna go over this in terms of the video tonight, because I understand what you're saying, Noel, and I do think that there were a few moments where that did happen. But I also think that what people aren't really seeing is that when Vooch has this mismatch sometimes, when it looks like he has the mismatch, like it's literally a shell coverage by the Thunder that it makes you look like it makes it look like he has a mismatch, but and he has like an open pass, but he really doesn't, because there's a guy on the weak side that is basically just kind of laying in the weeds, and when that pass comes to Vooch, he is coming over and stealing it, right? So I understand that, yeah, there was definitely some moments tonight where I think Vooch should have gotten the pass, but I also think Vooch needs to do a better job of sealing his man. But number two, I don't really think that he was like exactly open, because it's this coverage by the Thunder, and they do this all the time, and this is what teams do now when there's a post-up guy, that they make it look like, oh, he's open, but we're actually right in position to go ahead and either trap him or steal the ball when the entry pass comes in. So it's important that we recognize that in that sort of scenario, when Vooch has a guy sealed, you have to drive. You have to drive to the basket, because then there is literally, he's sealing off potentially the rim protector in a sense. So you should have a better time trying to drive to the rim. Bulls probably didn't do a good enough job of that, because they're trying to force it to Vooch, and this is where I've always get like very concerned about teams, like when they try to force it into the post, because it can really bog down the offense, right? Now I have said, if there is a pick and roll and Vooch goes down and steals his man, then yeah, you gotta throw it to him. But if Vooch is trying to just get a seal off just by himself, and it's not off a pick and roll, and guys are really trying their best to throw it down there, but he's not open in a sense, because he's not getting good enough position and sealing his man, and number two, the defense is shifting to basically cover it up, then we need to get away from it, right? Then Vooch needs to get out of there, right? And potentially either go to the 3-point line, set a screen, do something different, instead of us trying to just wait and try to pass it in. Because I do think that the Bulls, in terms of their stagnation on the offensive end in the third quarter, a lot of it's because of the post-ups, honestly. Wondering how come we demoted Vooch to fifth option tonight against a team with weak bigs. I don't think he was really demoted. I think he just, one, wasn't doing a good enough job of trying to seal his man, but number two, I thought he passed up on shots tonight. But I'm not going to complain too much about it. So, I don't know. I understand it's like, oh, look at the shot, like the field goal attempt. So I'm like, okay, sure, if you want to look at it that way. But I also thought he just passed up on some shots. So he had the ball in his hands a lot. I mean, the dude had 4 assists, which shows you like he's also like he's getting the ball. He's making decisions. I don't necessarily think it's like, hey, you're not the fifth option, you're not gonna get any shots tonight. I just think that he wasn't really taking shots because he was trying to make the passes, right? Which I've said it, that I want Vooch to focus more on scoring instead of playmaking. I think his best attribute is scoring. I don't want him to focus on playmaking. How disappointed are you? I'm not that disappointed, honestly, because I just expected an L tonight, and the Bulls just, I mean, they played better. What I would be extremely disappointed if the Bulls only shot like 23 threes tonight, and they were consistently just shooting mid-range. They didn't get 94 shots up tonight, because that shows that their pace was really good tonight. And then they were just playing slow. Like I would have been more disappointed if that was the case. But you know, tonight they played how I wanted them to play. They just didn't hit their shots. So I'm not too upset, honestly. I'm disappointed in terms of individual performance. I'll say that for sure. Individual performance is kind of lacking from a lot of guys. So that's got to be better. So here, let's roll through some of the film here, because I want to show you what I'm talking about in terms of like people are saying, hey, you got to throw it to Vooch here, and I'm like, look, I get it, but at the same time, he's got to do a better job. And then in terms of the defense, it's not like he's fully open. There are moments where it's like, hey, we have to think like 2 steps ahead. The Thunder are playing this coverage on Vooch, and they're intentionally playing this so that it like they're laying in the weeds, and they're making it hard for any sort of entry pass to actually get to him. Okay, sorry, working through some of the film here. So I'm trying to get to an exact play here, and we have YouTube TV is not working very well for me. Hold on. Sorry. What is this play? What? Okay, hold on. Okay, 506. So there's that. That's the Patrick Williams 3-point attempt. That's a Kobe White fast break layup. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking. I know there's a moment in the second quarter that I'm trying to find, and I can't exactly find it, where Vooch was trying to post up and sealed it inside, but I mean, it's a combination of a couple things for the Bulls here. Like, it's gonna have to be the Bulls they have to either do a better job of passing and trying to swing it around the perimeter and trying to get the open look for Vooch, or it's just scrap trying to pass it to Vooch. Like, it's not gonna be worth time here. But this I think it's this play. So let's see here. No, this is the DeRozan. This is DeRozan mid range. Yeah. Okay. So actually, I'm gonna go by play by play instead here. I think this will just be easier for me. I'm on the wrong game. Jesus Christ. I'm like, what is this? This doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm on the wrong game. Sorry. Give me a second here. Okay, so we're at DeRozan, pull up, out of bounds. No, that's not. Honestly, I don't exactly know where it is. I think now is it in the first quarter maybe, because I think it was Kobe White trying to pass it in and Kobe couldn't get it to him specifically. It was actually in the first quarter. I'll just go ahead and look through it maybe. But Kobe. Actually, I might have to take the time to do this off. And not right now as the stream is going on, because I'm clearly misremembering. Oh yeah, hold on. I'll do this at a different time here. I'll be searching through it as we kind of go through some other things. Let's see. Okay, so last thing I just want to show, I'm gonna give DeRozan a lot of credit, because I do think that he is trying in a sense to not be shooting always, he's not trying to shoot mid-range constantly, right? I do like this from him. I do think that this is something that DeRozan can continue to do. And the 3-point shots he took, I wasn't exactly thrilled with the 3-point shots he took, but I do like that he's taking them. And these shots, I'm not exact. These are shots I'm used to seeing DeRozan make. So, if there is one guy he's gonna be taking the mid range, it's him. But in general, though, I do like how DeRozan's trying to get to the basket, get to the free throw line. He went 1 for 3 from the free throw line today, which is odd. So yeah, it's just overall better for DeRozan. And I'm trying to skim through this, and I'm upset that I don't exactly remember the exact times here. Sorry, and also YouTube TV is being a problem right now. I'm getting like 2 frames a second for some reason. Oh, okay, wait, no, okay, this is one example. Okay, we can work with this. So this is a play that I do think that the Bulls did a pretty decent job with. All right, sorry for the delay. I'm trying my best here. All right, so sorry, it's also 7:20, I think. Yeah, it's 7:20. I'm not gonna make it full because I'm having frame issues with this. So this is a pretty solid play. I like this play a lot. So we see that Zach was like coming over. He didn't necessarily set a flare for Patrick, but you see that. These guys are moving, and then Vooch's gonna come down here. Zach's gonna come up here for potentially 3-point shot. I don't really necessarily mind they didn't take this because Shea's here, so I think Kobe needs to kind of move over a little bit. But I like this play overall. Pick and roll play. Zach gets a pretty good look at it. He just misses this. He usually makes this, so I'm not too upset at this. So then this is scramble for the ball, okay, and then it's a throw over here, okay. So let's watch this, right? Like, I understand that. I think a lot of people think like, hey, throw this in, and I get it in a sense, but like you're kind of seeing already like how sometimes the spacing really gets screwed over here, especially from the. I don't know why the Bulls don't necessarily get this all the time. So first off, I'll just say this: I do think that Kobe needs to throw this in, but secondly, Vooch needs to do a better job. Like straight up, if Lou Dort is on you and he is somehow able to front you just a little bit, like you're just not doing enough job. Like straight up, you're not doing enough job. You have to make sure that this dude is behind you, because you're not gonna get this ball if this is how you're gonna be sealing off a dude that's 6'5" or 6'3". Like I don't even know how big Lou Dort is, but this has to be a better seal by Vooch. Okay, it's not necessarily about Vooch trying to get the inside angle here and then being able to go up. Like for him, it's about getting this man completely sealed under the basket. He needs to do a better job of making sure that Dort is like completely sealed behind him, because that's how you get this pass 100% completed without a turnover. So I understand the frustration in a sense, but yeah, that I get it. But I also think Vooch needs to do a better job there in terms of just sealing his man off. Now I'm trying to find the next play. There was a play where I think it's very similar, where Kobe couldn't get the ball to Vooch in another very similar scenario, and I was like, hey, okay, we're seeing the problem now, right? And it's not necessarily always Kobe. It's that the Thunder are playing the shell. It's like, oh my god, it's hard to make that sort of entry pass. That's Patrick Williams shooting a jumper. God, YouTube TV is just giving me problems, man. Sorry. I think this is just a fast break. I can't show this on screen because I will get copyrighted, so I have to do this off screen. I have seen the NBA is starting to crack down a little bit more, so I got to be careful with what I show, because it's not exactly like as easygoing in a sense. That's just DeRozan. Okay, here's actually a good example. Okay, here's actually like a really good example of this, and Vooch actually gets the pass here. Okay, And here's a perfect example of why I get nervous about this, because Zach makes this pass, and I think it's a very risky pass. It gets through, but it works. Okay, so this is zone, right? Like, you can kind of figure out that the Thunder were like, okay, they're trying to get it to Vooch down low. We understand we're small. Okay, I mean, look at this defense. Okay, like, you got guys here. This is very different. Okay, it's pretty much a 3-2 zone in a sense, right? Honestly, I don't even know what this is. This is very odd. This is just extremely odd looking. But right here, okay, it's like, so maybe Kobe needs to throw it here, and then this goes down here. Maybe that was actually the play. But let's watch this, because then Vooch has to get over to the other side here. Look what the Thunder are doing. Okay, the Thunder have sunk in so far right here that if Zach makes this pass and it's not basically where he threw it, this is a steal. Like, this is 100% a steal. Okay, Shea is basically expecting that Jalen Williams over here is going to come over and steal this pass. Like, that's basically the Thunder shell defense. Because if you're wondering, like, well, why would they do this? Because if they straight up gamble on this in a sense, right? And, like, let's say Vooch actually gets the ball here and he doesn't go up with it, you're wondering, oh, what's going to happen? They double team him, but then if they try to recover, then Shea goes out to DeRozan, right? And, you know, Dort can go out to Kobe. Like, it's very quick in how they can recover on this. This is scary. Like, I'm shocked Zach even tried to throw this, and somehow he gets it through, which was miraculous. And you see how Chet's already here too, and Vooch is able to finish this. So that's a scary attempt in my opinion, but it ended up working out pretty well. And then the one with Kobe, like, there's definitely one with Kobe that I was like, hey, this is not great from Kobe. And I think this one is sorry, I'm looking at his I think this is a pick and roll between him and Vooch, and Kobe does a really good pass. Yeah, that's that. Okay, moving forward. And we're not on commercial break. Crap. Honestly, I'm willing just to search through this entire first quarter just to kind of figure this out. Okay, there's this. That's a DeRozan floater missed. Okay, let's try this one. This is a typical offense. Vooch, hub. Go, pick and roll. Next possession, pick and roll. DeRozan, mid-range shot made. Technical foul. Alright, this is the last possession I'm just going to watch here and see if this is actually it. Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I'll probably do some research on this, and then I'll put it in a video or something, because I understand that everyone's like, hey, we gotta throw it down to the big man, and we need to take advantage of the smaller size. But I've said it consistently that the way you take advantage of a smaller team, okay, it's not by throwing into the post and trying to work through that. Like, everyone say we need to draw the double team over into the post, and I'm like, you know what? I understand your thinking, because drawing a double team is great, but double teams in the post are just easy to recover from. And we see multiple times that teams are able to recover from a double team in the post, because it's just the middle of the floor in a sense. It's not like, hey, we're double teaming over at the top of the key and now you're playing a 3v4, right? So I get it. I understand. I just think that if we're upset about Vooch's overall shots in this game, I think it's because he didn't take some threes he should have taken, and then he just straight up, like, on some pick and rolls, I thought that he could have taken some shots, but he decided to pass it out. And then there was even a play, I think, with Alex Caruso in the pick and roll where the ball just went through his hands. So I honestly, like, I'm just gonna be real. The way that I see Vooch is being used so far is the way I like to see Vooch being used. Because if for example, like everyone wants to talk about Vooch like being like the hub in a sense, and I'm gonna skip over to the third quarter here, and I'm gonna show you a play that was like, hey, this is solid, and this is how you use Vooch as like a passer, and this is how you use Vooch as in terms of like a decision making, and also like puts him in a threat to being like a scoring option too. But a lot of people are like, hey, the only way Vooch can actually play make is via the post, and I'm just like, I don't know what you guys are watching, because like if you watch Denver, like it's not just the post with Jokic. Like Jokic can do so many different things when it comes to the playmaking, and it doesn't require him to dribble, honestly. It's just very simple stuff that the Nuggets have kind of figured out, is like, hey, this is pretty. Oh, actually, I might have actually just found a post up that Vooch was trying to get as I'm looking through this, so this is actually kind of funny. I think this is it. Okay, yeah. All right, this is perfect. This is a perfect example of what I'm trying to tell you guys. All right, so let's watch this play, because this is perfect of what I'm trying to tell you, that this isn't exactly open. Okay, let's watch. Handoff between Zach, pick and roll between Levine and Vucevic. Okay, so this is typical, and I don't understand necessarily what's happening here, because I do think that it's either that Kobe needs to clear out, or these two guys need to switch, because this is just bad off-ball movement. This play was basically not going anywhere. Okay, so it's like, hey, Vooch is open, right? No, in this play, you could just see the Thunder like, oh, we're ready. Like we're straight up ready for this entry pass, because we know we play small, right? This isn't open, okay? And you heard Stacey King in this exact scenario. It's like, oh, we got to dump this off the Vooch here, and I'm like, no, I don't understand why you think this is the correct play, because if you just straight up look at Shea, look at him. Look at what Shea's doing. Like, the Thunder are intentionally playing this on the high side, right? Like, they're intentionally playing like front side on Vooch to force him into this area, because they know that Shea's gonna be here. And if you're wondering, like, well, if we throw down the Vooch and they double team him, then Pat's wide open. But I'm like, no, he's not, because then you got Jalen Williams covers up Pat, and then you got Lou Dort that covers up DeMar DeRozan, and then Josh Giddey covers up Zach, and then they reset, right? It's not gonna always open up an open shot when you do this sort of thing, right? It's not always gonna work, and this is how teams have, as smaller teams, they have defended the post consistently, even though they're small. Okay, like, I think people are gonna criticize Kobe for saying that you got to throw this in. I'm here to tell you that like, Shea's coming. Like, that this is not gonna end well. Okay, because I think this is just an immediate steal. But number two, if let's say Vooch does catch this, then he has to make this cross court pass, which is one of the hardest passes to make in this game. Like, it's just not gonna end well, in my opinion. So we can go back and forth about this, but it's just really, it's kind of just showing you, like, hey, this is the coverage, this is how teams defend the post, and this is the reason why we don't see it that often anymore. Okay, teams have figured this out, and with the mobility and the flexibility of guys on the court now, it's easy to kind of defend this in a sense. Let's see, buckle for the season. What's going on, Caper? I'm sorry, I'm catching up on chat now. Hope we get number one pick. Who knows? Background music is fire. I'll link the background music, but if you type in Mike Shinoda dropped frames, that's the background music that I've always been playing in the background of my streams. Do you think the Bulls being sloppy while executing plays, or do you find the Bulls being sloppy while executing plays? Not too sloppy in a sense. I actually think that their execution is like pretty okay. I mean, 12 turnovers tonight, 4 by Zach, which 2 of them were just him driving, and one he lost the ball, the other was a charge. No, I don't think it's sloppy in a sense. I just think that guys, especially when like the main initial action is done, I don't think guys know what to do. I truly don't. I think guys just kind of like freak out and like, oh, I need to stand here, when it's like you need to run the second action, which I don't know if guys know that yet. I think execution in general, though, in terms of like overall plays, I think it's been fine. I haven't had too much of an issue seeing it. Wait, we shot more threes? We did, JDH, yeah. It is because they know going through Vooch is our best option. Again, I disagree. I don't think going through Vooch is our best option. I think Vooch going on the roll and trying to get shots in the paint is a very good option. I don't think Vooch posting up is the best option in any of this Bulls offense. If we hit more 3-point shots, we would be in this game. They were rusty, and getting used to each other. The defense was nice, especially from Vooch, Zach, and DeMar. I mean, yeah, I do think the Thunder defense was really solid in a sense, but I also thought the Bulls just missed a ton of threes. Like, I do think that the Thunder defense, in terms of like the half-court defense and making sure that the Bulls couldn't get, like, were having trouble getting to the initial action, was pretty solid. But we saw a lot of the time the Thunder in transition defense, they were slow to get back. The Bulls just didn't hit shots, right? And then even on rotations, right? Like, it's not great. Like, the Thunder defense wasn't perfect, and yet the Bulls had a lot of open shots. They just missed it. So, yeah. Should Patrick cut there? I mean, maybe in a sense. So, like, what Pat could do is he could cut here hard. I just think then the spacing gets all screwed up, and I think honestly what the Bulls, in my opinion, like, I understand that people like really they want this, right? It's not gonna be great. To me, the person that needs to cut would be DeRozan. I think DeRozan needs to cut through here, and then if that doesn't like make sure that Shea is occupied, then I don't really know. Like, I think DeRozan cuts through here, and then Zach has to stay here. Like, Zach just straight up, this is normal. Like, Zach has your best shooter has to stay here. So I don't know. Or I guess the other option would be you what you do is you send DeRozan through here, you send Zach to the corner, you send Peeble over, because then this is okay. Yeah, maybe this is the idea. So then what this would do is maybe this would get Shea out, right? Because if you take away, if you send DeRozan through and you move Pat over in a sense, and these two guys can't just like switch it, right? They have to be like, oh, hey, where did my guy go, right? So send DeRozan through, you move Pat over here, and then you move Zach this way. Then yeah, maybe then the post would be open. I think that could definitely be an option. But to me, like I've said this, like I just would like to see just the Bulls go back to the pick and roll. I don't think that this is something that they need to be looking at. So if they tried this, they try to get it in, it doesn't work. Okay, move to the next point, right? And it just seems like the next thing is like they just panic. It's they throw it to Zach, see what he can do, right? So you throw it like, yeah, you just throw it back out to Zach, he ISOs. This is the reason why I'm like, hey, instead of this, right, Kobe, you come up, set a screen, go, right, and these three guys space the floor. Like I just would like to see that the sides cleared out. It would make a lot more sense, right? It just would generally just make a lot more sense if that's what they decide to do, and force then other guys to try to be the help defender in the paint, right? And it's not, you know, their biggest dude out there, right? It's not Chet. It's not Pokashevsky, or I guess in this game it was a Jang as like their backup 5-man, right? So I think that's something that they need to start looking at. But yet again, personnel issues on this team. It's like Vooch wants touches in the post, and I'm just like, boy, I don't know what to do with this, because I think that you're getting plenty of touches in a sense in trying to just be the hub of the offense. And I think that you're getting a lot of touches because we saw in the preseason games that in the pick and roll, you're getting a lot of shots. You're getting 21 points per game on 15 shots, right? Like, that's kind of what I want Vooch to just do. But if he really wants this team to, or if he really wants like the overall post-up touches, then I mean, can't satisfy everybody, man. I understand he sacrificed the most, but yeah, it's odd. Overall, just bad. Bro, Eyes Fat Kid, tell me about basketball. I don't know who the hell you are, Travy, but if you really need to be saying anything negative about me, you don't need to do it here. So I would appreciate if you would just leave. If not, then I will force you to leave. I don't appreciate any of these that sort of comment at all. But you know, I understand that everyone has to have their opinion. So I'm just gonna ask you not to speak in my chat ever again and leave. Chet Holmgren looked quiet. I do think that he had some rough moments in a sense, because I think that he was not ready for a couple of things. One, I don't think he was ready for Andre Drummond in terms of Drummond's overall mobility, right? As much as Drummond is, you know, we have moments with Drummond where it's like, what are you doing? I understand that Drummond's also a physical beast, and he is pretty mobile as a big. So I'm not gonna be too hard on Chet for his opening debut. 4 for 7 is not too bad, and I do think that the Thunder were very much just kind of letting Shea do everything, and Chet was just kind of like the afterthought. So I'm not too upset about it, honestly, with Chet, but I do think that as he gets more comfortable and starts to see how fast the game flows, that he'll be just picking it up and understanding how he's going to get to his spots, and the game's going to slow down very quickly for him. So yeah, a little bit of a non-factor tonight, but it's not the biggest thing. The secondary screens they were setting in preseason didn't happen often tonight. Do you think it was because OKC defense are relapsing? I think that I mean, I don't necessarily think it was like no secondary screens happened tonight, because what was it? There was I think, like, I talked to you guys about like the base set, right? Like there's a base set that this Bulls team has, that I actually thought that the Bulls they were doing the off-ball stuff pretty effectively, in terms of like making sure that the weak side has action. I just think that, as I've said before, when it comes to someone in the post, okay, it's hard to, even if you think about screening, it doesn't necessarily do a whole lot. You have to like really move around, and it just, to me, it takes up too much time, etc., etc. We're not going to talk too much more about it. But I don't necessarily think it was like guys didn't set screens. I think that we just saw a little bit too much in terms of the third quarter, that it was just, we couldn't get into the paint, we throw it back out, ISO ball, right? Or maybe not ISO ball, but like pick and roll too slow in a sense, and guys were trying to force it a little bit too much into the paint tonight. I think actually what helped get the Bulls these 42 3-point shots tonight, I do think that the secondary screens were kind of there. I know 100% there was one. Let's do this. Okay, good. They actually have the plays kind of up and running now. So let's watch this play, okay? You're gonna hear a noise, unfortunately, because I can't. But let's watch. Like in this play here, okay? I apologize for the quality. Like screen, here we go, and then you're gonna watch DeRozan, right? He's gonna come down, and Zach comes up, right? Like I do think that this was there, right? This was overall here, and this helps Vooch get this pick and roll. It's a dunk. So I think it was there. I truly think that the Bulls secondary screening was pretty much there. I just think they didn't hit shots tonight, man. It unfortunately just comes down to some simple stuff like that, where you just don't hit shots. But bro, on time for a little, I appreciate it, Calvin. Sorry, I'm curious now. Who is this person? Also, what is this? Calvin, if you're still here, link me this person's channel. I want to see it. Very interesting. Prospect Drummond, yeah. Do you think we lack high IQ players? Like we seem to stay put when facing something now. I feel like we have a high IQ player would try something different. I do think having a guy Chris Paul would help for sure, but this is kind of where I throw blame on Donovan. Like I feel like if you're not gonna necessarily have like an actual traditional point guard out there, right? Then it goes on to the coach, right? I do agree though that not having Lonzo, not having Chris Paul, right? Not having obviously a Jokic in a sense, it's harder for this Bulls team to figure out when things do get sort of stagnant. But it's definitely a little bit more difficult when you don't have that. But I do think that Donovan has to take some of that blame in a sense, because sorry, I'm trying to find the next play I want to show you guys, but Donovan is in charge of making sure that that guys understand like the second action, right? He's in charge of helping guys sort of understand like, hey, when this sort of thing happens, then what are we going to be looking for? And I do think that maybe it's like not watching enough film in a sense, but yeah, I would be in agreement in that not having an IIQ player hurts. I'm looking for this play here. Was it this? So I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. This is it. This is exactly what I want to talk about. So when I think about Vooch, like in terms of playmaking, okay, like this is how I would have him in like the playmaking role as the hub of the offense. Okay. So this, okay, this is an action that the Denver Nuggets that the Denver Nuggets have run this constantly. And I'm gonna pull up some clips here from Twitter that someone was able to compile, and I truly appreciate that they did. Why am I not signed in? What? Sorry, I have to sign into my Twitter. I haven't had to do that on this computer in a long time. I don't know why I have to sign in. Alright, keep all my passwords on my phone. So let's watch this, because this is something that I was like, hey, I like this a lot. Oh, sorry, he posted a lot more stuff here. Let's watch this. Okay. Oh my god, bro, really?
After this timeout, they come out and run the same.
I hate new Twitter, bro. I honestly I hate it. I hate it so much. This is so stupid. Why is the quality so bad? So, okay, you guys aren't gonna be able to see this. Oh my god, that is awful. What? Okay, you know, I'm just gonna show you the picture, because this is better. Like, this is what Denver does with Jokic a lot. Okay, it's not like he's on the low block all the time in a sense. Okay, when Jokic is like in the middle of playmaking, okay, they put him here at the elbow, and they just run split action. Like, this is what Jokic is so good at, and so you basically take your backcourt and you just do different things. Like, there were many instances where we're like, okay, Murray comes down, sets a screen, KCP goes over this way, and they get a jump shot out of it, and then if that didn't necessarily work, and then you just see KCP come over here, set a screen, and then Murray goes to the basket, and then then Jokic dumps it off. Like that's what the Denver Nuggets do. Like, and that's how you would use Vooch in a sense, where I'll just show it. But like here, if you can even see this is so awful. Oh my god, bro, I hate this. I might pull up a YouTube video, but it's like you see that. No, all right, screw this. No, we're not gonna do it. But basically, this is what I would like to see. Okay, the Bulls, they threw it to Vooch here into the post here, and then you run split action between these two guys. Like, I like this a lot. I think this is cool, but right here, right, I don't understand why Pat either could have shot it, but I also think he could have just decided to cut to the rim in a sense. But that sort of stuff is like how I would use Vooch. Okay, I understand that maybe that it's not always perfect, but like this is something that if people are like really like big on like we need to give Vooch the ball and let him play make, then do this, right? And then you can even argue like, hey, you should have gotten the ball here. I honestly I'm gonna be critical. If you want Vooch to get this ball, then Caruso needs to come up, catch it, and then he needs to seal it. But then you have the same issue. So yeah, I get it. I honestly think that the way the Bulls could have taken better advantage of the Thunder's lack of size tonight is if on this pick and roll right here, okay, like what Vooch needs to do is that he just needs to dive hard, like dive hard now. You're taking too long off the switch, okay, and you need to dive hard and like just straight up just completely eliminate your man. And if they're gonna like run that coverage where they're not gonna allow you to catch the ball, then you basically have eliminated a player off the court so that the rim protection's gone. Therefore, then guys like Zach, guys like Kobe, guys like Pat can just go ahead and get to the rim and not have to worry about a shot blocker taking away your shot. So that's just the way that I would be attacking a smaller team. It's not always through post-up possessions. So my 2 cents. Would Patrick cutting to the rim be better than going to the 3-point line there? Yeah, I mean, I think that would be the better option personally. Like, because in my opinion, I think Zach needs to get the ball here, but I also understand if Vooch was looking for the 3-point shot. I do agree though that Pat going this way is probably a better option. And if it's not there, then you just give the handoff to Zach. But yeah, I agree with that. But maybe this was the play. So I'm not gonna like say like, hey, these guys messed up when maybe this was actually the set play, because this was a set play like out of bounds. So I'm not gonna be too critical of these guys when it comes to that sort of stuff, because that might actually be the play. So I don't want to be like yelling at Pat for doing something that he was told to do. I blame Billy for this one because when Drummond was doing good, he pulled that lineup and created a downfall of the team. He never goes with what works. I do think that Billy is a little bit too stern with his rotations at times. It just kind of seems like he has more trust in certain players, and then he doesn't have as much trust in other players. I think unfortunately Drummond falls into the category that he doesn't trust as much. So even if he's kind of playing well, he just kind of is like, no, we're just gonna go back to Vooch. And I think unfortunately with Pat, like Pat's not in his category of trust yet, so like he'll take out Pat no matter what, even if Pat kind of has it going. I do think that Billy needs to do a little bit better job of kind of figuring that out and understanding the balance. I never remember the Thunder's coach's last name. I know it's like Mark Defno or something. I can never say it. But I think he does a better job of understanding like, hey, I need to keep certain guys out there. Because I think, for example, I'll have to double check this actually, but like Isaiah Joe, no, I think he played both halves then. But like, yeah, he left Isaiah Joe out there pretty long. And he was like subbing everybody in and out. Like this was like a crazy game to watch because they were just like subbing like their entire bench in and out. But yeah, I don't know exactly what Billy kind of thinks, but I would have also left Drummond out there personally. So yeah, not ideal from Billy. I also think Drummond just against Chet is a pretty good matchup. Like I think Drummond actually guards Chet pretty well. So I would have liked to see Drummond play a little bit more. And Stacey King mentioned that he thinks Drummond should be getting like 20 to 24 minutes per game on the broadcast. I don't know if you guys caught that. I'm just thinking to myself, like, well, okay, if that's the case, then is Vooch only getting 28 minutes? Like, I honestly think that Stacey King wants to see the two big men play together and put Drummond and Vooch together to see how it works. Because we've seen this before. It doesn't work, but Stacey King wants to see it. I don't want to see that personally. I just think that if you bring in Drummond, he's a good spark off the bench, and just give him a few extra minutes. I don't think we need to go back to Vooch immediately. But obviously, if Drummond's not playing well, then you put Vooch back in, and there's that. I would much rather see the Bulls go small than actually go big. Just straight up. I don't want to see the double big because they don't have an Al Horford type player on their team. Calvin, I appreciate you linking me that. I don't know why. I don't know about if you guys have seen hate about me. I'm not on Reddit, so I don't know if you guys like, because I know Noel, like you were a person that posted my stuff on Reddit, so I don't know if like I've gotten like hate comments. I've gotten some comments. So like I made like a Lonzo Ball video like 2-ish, I don't know, I guess now 3 years ago. And the funny thing is that I said that Lonzo was doing everything right, and yet people still got upset at me because they said like, how dare you criticize Lonzo Ball? And I'm just like, what? Like, hello, what did you guys think I said in this video? Like, I was literally praising Lonzo, and you guys are just like, no, you're criticizing it. And so I've gotten the name of being like a Lonzo hater. I'm not hating Lonzo. I've always said I think he's more of a shooting guard than a point guard. But he's a phenomenal passer. But I've never gotten a hate comment that has been targeting my physical image and is saying that I'm also dumb. That's the first time I've ever gotten that sort of hate comment. And so I'm looking at this person's, I just want to see this person's YouTube. So I don't know. I'm pretty much desensitized because I'll say this, I've been like, not to get, all wishy-washy, I have been bullied before, okay? And it's not about my weight or anything. It's about other stuff that people have bullied me before. So I've gone through that. But also, I guess just the online stuff that I've seen from, like, other people criticizing others, like, or not even criticizing, just straight up hating. I guess I'm just sort of desensitized, so I'm just like, what the heck is this? By this dude, and this dude comes into my chat. He has a Fortnite channel that he hasn't posted in 7 months, and it's like, why is a fat dude teaching me about basketball? I'll just make this clear about this, guys. I have never said that I'm like, hey, I always think I'm like always right. I'm not here to necessarily always teach you. I'm just here to talk. I'm here to analyze with you guys, okay? I don't want it to be like my word is like end all be all. I understand if you disagree with me, and I respect your opinion 100%. And I think it's good when we have disagreements because it shows like we're all kind of thinking like, hey, how can we make this Bulls team better? But I don't want you guys to think that I'm like trying to be like the next Bulls coach and saying that we have to run things this way. Because look, I think that what coaching is like, I've gotten people have told me before, like, I think you'd be great as coach, and like I appreciate the comment. I just understand that coaches do a crap ton of work. Like, they do so much work, and I would never ever be able to replicate that. And I sincerely respect coaches that do work, like that actually go out and coach. I really do. And unfortunately for coaches and also for the players, and we're gonna criticize you. Right. I'm fine if people criticize me. Like I've had many people criticize things I've said, people that criticize my way of thinking of how to approach the game, people that criticize my overall analysis and think it's absolute crap. Fine, if you want to do that, but if you're gonna come after my physical image and just be like, hey, you're fat, that therefore you don't know how to talk basketball, I have a serious like, what? Like, it's just so stupid. Look, I would never, like, just so we're clear, body shaming in this sort of community, it's not allowed, okay? And that goes for anybody in this community. I know people have their profile pic on YouTube. Okay, you're any sort of hating, whether it's racism, okay, or body shaming, sexism, that is straight up not allowed in this chat, okay, or in this community in general. So Calvin, I do appreciate you timing this person out and is probably banned, but I just want to make it clear that that's not going to be allowed in this chat whatsoever. And I hope that we all understand that, and I'm sorry that comment did come into this chat. That was not something I was expecting tonight, so just know that that's not going to be allowed anymore, or I never was allowed, and will never be allowed. So I just want to say I apologize for that person. And I'm looking through this person's stuff. I'm just like, Jesus, man, like you're gonna come in and just say that to me? Okay, here's what it is. Is immature call for you. So once again, thank you, Calvin, for being here. Also, I hope you're doing well. So yeah, just that's just weird. Don't know what that was about. All right, I want to look at a couple of other things here. I think we're done with this Bulls game tonight. I will say, just like I expected, once again, I expected the Bulls to lose this game. Okay, I pretty much was like, yeah, we're losing this one. But I do expect the Bulls to win this one. This is the game that I think the Bulls need to win. So if the Bulls go 0-2 to start the season, then yeah, we're gonna have some serious issues on this channel, and I'll be very upset. But I expect the Bulls to win this one, and I hope they do. So hopefully the Bulls are gonna go out and get a victory on Friday, because they need to get a victory. And then we face the Pistons, which I'm scared for that game, because Bulls against young teams don't do well. So Bulls need to get this win on Friday, and obviously I'll be here streaming on Friday after the game. So there's that. A couple other things that I wanted to point out. The Pacers scored 143 points tonight. I don't know how this exactly happened, but I think we all kind of knew that Washington was going to suck in terms of defense, but we didn't expect this bad. 23s made, 43 attempts. Bruce Brown had a 24-point game. I can't believe I'm witnessing this, but this happened. So this is insane. Other scores, just kind of looking around. The big thing, I can't believe the Hawks lost to the Hornets. This is interesting. I did not expect this one, but I also said that I don't think the Atlanta Hawks are going to be that good, and it looks like their two stars did not shoot well either. So that's that. So as you can see, I think a lot of guys are just struggling tonight. First game of the season. DJ Washington had a crazy game, 25 points. So obviously I didn't watch any of these games, but yeah, crazy stuff. Raptors beat the Timberwolves, the Heat beat the Pistons, and this was a close game. Crazy to see Cam Thomas have a really good game in this one. So pretty cool overall. But I wanted to do this little fun thing. Hope they make their threes. Yeah. Yeah, I also hope they make their threes. Don't know about anyone else, but I appreciate you being here with us. You streamed long enough for me to get my frustrations off and teach me angles on how we see things. I appreciate the comment, Zayover. And yeah, I don't want to, like, I understand that, like, there's parasocial stuff, right? But I do want this place to be like a nice place for Bulls fans to kind of come to. I do have my rage moments, I will admit, but I just want to be this. I just want to make this place like a comfortable place for everyone can just kind of like talk about what they think, right? Yeah, I'm glad that you appreciate my streams, over, and I'm hoping that others do as well. I think that in terms of the numbers that I've seen on stream and also the numbers on the recent videos, that people are really appreciating this stuff. So I'm going to continue doing it, and I hope that you guys enjoy it and also enjoy coming and watching the content that I do. I know I'm not like the most, I don't have the best production. I'm not like here to, wow anybody or do all these fancy things, but I just want to talk. I just want to talk basketball, and something that I really hope to kind of spread to others. So yeah, I'm glad that you feel comfortable. I hope others feel the same when it comes to the streams and also the content overall. So yeah, I'm glad we're forming a pretty good community here. I will say that. I'm happy to see it overall. Like all the post-interview comments. Did Billy Donovan talk and such? I'm gonna have to actually look into this. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to open up a new tab here. Okay, well, I guess I missed this completely. So this is crazy. Oh, hold on. Sorry, hold on. Let me go to Casey Johnson. I need to do a better job of this. So this is my fault. I haven't necessarily I have to do a better job of keeping up with like some of the post-game comments here, but I guess the players had like a pretty like crazy or like heavily heated conversation after the first game. So there's a couple ways I look at this. One, it shows that they care. Okay, like I think a lot of people are getting to the point now where it's like they think that a lot of players just play for the money, and I do think that there are a good amount of players in this league that just play for the money. But I think this does show that like that players care. Okay, like I do think that there's a lot of players on this Bulls roster that truly do care about winning. And if they really didn't, then this would never happen. Okay, excuse me. If this was all for the money and just for the fame, then this wouldn't be happening. So there's that. I will say though that it's not great to see that they're having heated conversations after the first game of the season, right? That's not ideal. But honestly, if they're gonna try to fix these issues that we saw tonight, which I think specifically Vooch was pretty upset and like he thought that he wasn't getting enough touches or whatever, then I just like that it's happening early and not happening 40 games into the season. So let's see here. So Billy said that players are having a conversation with strong words when he walked to the post-game locker room, asked if they needed more time. Players said yes. Donovan walked out. Donovan liked players taking ownership amongst themselves. So I do like that Donovan did just kind of leave, just let the players be, because that's kind of what we need to see from Donovan. It's just kind of let the players figure this out and not try to barge in and give his 2 cents. Let's see here. Billy said Vucevic had some good points. We needed to channel his frustration better. He had no issues with it. The exchange competition is healthy. We need it as much as possible. His point is he wants his team to have more toughness through adversity, which has been a constant theme. Vucevic said he expressed frustrations during the third quarter exchange with Billy Donovan a little aggressively, and said post-game players talk was very constructive. So it honestly sounds like that the Vooch and Donovan interaction in the third quarter was more aggressive than the post-game comments. So I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we played enough hard. That's on us. It's unacceptable. I think people do on purpose either. But we gotta come together during those opponent runs. Which on players post game talk. A lot of guys said a lot of things need to be said. I think we can really use this and learn and change some things that we need to change. It wasn't anything crazy, no fighting or none of that. It was really constructive. It was maybe one of the first times since I've been here that it was like this and it was really needed. Okay. Who knows, honestly. who honestly knows what was kind of said. Again, it sounds like, at least what Vooch is saying, that it was constructive, but I would like to hear someone else's take on it. And Casey makes a good point that, like, the performance tonight pretty much led to this sort of thing. That's not good, right? You don't want to, you don't want this sort of performance to lead to something like this. But now I think the big question is, does this team go out and actually perform against the Raptors now? I would like to really know what the problem was. Like, I don't know if it was specifically Vooch wanting more touches, but maybe it was like some of the guys just saying, like, we need to do better through adversity, which I don't blame them for that. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see exactly what the conversation was. The guys that I know are most vocal on this team are Alex Caruso, Kobe White, and Javon Carter. So at least from what we've heard, right, through the grapevine into the media, right, because we typically know that, like, Levine, DeRozan, and even Vooch, they're not exactly the loudest guys. Like, they don't really they don't really get confrontational with guys. So I'll say that I was not expecting this after the first game of the season, but we'll see how the Bulls respond from this, because this could either go one of two ways. This could be how this Bulls team gets torn apart, or this could be how this Bulls team comes together and fix some of their problems, which tonight, obviously, I honestly think offensively this team was fine tonight in terms of their shot selection, and they didn't turn it over extreme amount. I think defensively there were some issues for sure, so I think maybe that's what it's all about, is the defense, and then some players upset that they thought that they weren't doing enough defensively. But we'll see how this all kind of works out. Last but not least, I'll say this: but, like, when it comes to guys that I'm like, I look at this, it's like, so I know with, like, we have Zach, we have DeMar DeRozan, we have Vooch, okay, and then, you know, AC, Torrey Craig, and then Javon Carter. Like, these are like the main overall vets. But whenever something like this happens, I get concerned about, like, the younger guys. Like, how do these guys respond? Okay, because these guys play a critical role, and they're not, like, full-fledged, like, you know, they haven't gone through everything in the NBA just yet. So I'm very interested to see how these young guys kind of respond to this, and I hope that it goes well. But yeah, we'll have to watch it. I think the vets are usually fine. It's always the young guys that I always get, like, a little bit worried about. So yeah, interesting stuff to kind of end this day. Good to see the team still confident. I suppose good morality in the team. It's usually these things that tip the team the other way. Yeah. Sorry, Zay over. I can't exactly see your comment. If 25 of our threes went down, we would have won, or, you know, at least have been a close match over 37 threes. I think that's what you said. I'm sorry, your comment gets. Hold on. I'm just gonna type in the chat. Actually, I'll just link Casey Johnson staying in the chat just so I can see your full message. If 25 of our threes went down, we would have won, or at least would have been a close match over 37 threes. Oh, I see. Yeah, it definitely would have been closer. Again, I'm just, like, I'm interested to see, like, what exactly was this sort of, you know, constructive criticism, I guess, that Vooch is calling it. That's interesting to me. So I don't know, odd, interesting. And I'll be paying attention to this over the media, I guess, the next day or so. So we can really use this to learn and change some things that need to change. Okay, so we'll see how this kind of, you know, resolves itself. I think it's honestly resolved, but yeah, we're just gonna pay attention to what happens moving forward, because this is new to me. I was not expecting this And I haven't been paying attention to any of the post game stuff, so that's my fault. I'll do a better job next time. Sorry, I'm reading more stuff here, and let's listen to Billy.
Like I told him, I went, listen, I've said this before, I think confrontation's good. I think it's healthy, I think it's good, and I got all the respect in the world for Vooch, and, he felt a certain way, and I kind of said what I felt, and, he's probably not wrong for feeling the way he did, but how do you channel that in a way that kind of galvanizes the group and lifts them up, and, in the moment, maybe I could have handled it better with him, and maybe he could have handled it better both with me. It wasn't anything disrespectful or anything else. I think he was just kind of frustrated with the way we were playing. You know what? I didn't blame him. I felt probably in line with him. But there's got to be a way that we can together solve those issues and those problems. And certainly in timeouts, those things are being confronted and talked about. But we've got to have more stamina on both ends of the floor doing what we're doing. And I think the confrontation piece is really, really good. And I think it's really healthy. I think it needs to happen as much as possible.
Billy, I don't mean.
Okay, so that's Billy. Hopefully you guys could hear that, but if not, then the words are on the screen. But I'll start the music again. Let me know if the music's too loud. But interesting. I'll end it with this, okay? Because I wanted to get to a fun thing here, but things just keep coming in. There's a lot of people already in the media saying that Billy is like he's being watched under a magnifying glass, like seriously, because it kind of seems like he talks about this team wanting to play like he wants to play the right way. He talks about the team trying to do all the little things and trying to get rotations done well and stuff. But there are also times where I'm just like, it just seems like there's a disconnect between like he says all this stuff, but yet it doesn't exactly come true. And yes, personnel is a problem, but I do think that with Billy that he kind of allows some guys to just kind of get away with some things. And this includes Zach, this includes DeMar, but I also think that this includes guys like even Io in a sense, where like he just kind of lets some of these guys like kind of get away with some things that maybe aren't exactly addressed. Like I'll just say this, like I don't think Levine's on-ball defense was bad tonight. I think off-ball in terms of him getting back cut was pretty bad tonight, and it's not just that one play that I'm looking at with him where he got clearly back cut, didn't know where his guy was. I thought Levine's rotations weren't exactly great. I thought DeRozan's on-ball defense wasn't fantastic tonight. But I also would point out to a lot of the guys, even some of the better defenders on this team, I thought that their defense was pretty poor. Like, I'm not going to blame a lot on Pat because he has to guard Shea and same with AC, but like even guys like Javon Carter and a little bit of Torrey Craig in a sense, and we talked about Kobe a lot in terms of how much he's improved defensively. I don't think that those guys really play that great defensively in overall. So with Billy, like if he's going to be talking about you know keeping guys accountable and making sure that things stay consistent on the defensive end, then I think he's got to do a better job. So the Bulls finished top 5 in defense last season, but we saw also that the start of the season was bad. The start of the season was pretty awful in terms of their defense. It started out pretty. It was pretty much bottom of the league. So that's my only thing is that like if Billy doesn't have control of this locker room, then I've been critical of him already, but like now this is happening. I hope he has control over it and the guys aren't like yelling at each other. But yeah, this could be interesting to watch because if Billy doesn't have control of this, then he's got to go. And a lot of the time, right, when this sort of thing happens, that a lot of players look to a leader, and it's usually their coach, right? Usually the leader is their coach that they just kind of look at and look for solutions. So I hope Billy's that resource, and I hope that he's doing a good enough job. But yeah, just something to kind of think about. I think we could realistically make 25 threes. I don't think so either, but I mean, I think it was kind of what Zay was just kind of saying, like, hey, if we just made more threes, like, we would be in the game, right? I don't think this team honestly gets to 23s probably this season, but I think this team can make, if they're taking 40 plus more, let's just say like they take, let's say they average 36, okay? Like I think that they can make 15 threes, like 16, 17 threes. I think that's very possible with this team. So I would like to see that more, obviously. But yeah, okay. I want to get to this fun thing now because I've been trying to get to it for a long time now. NBA. No, sorry, crap. NBA. Okay, so I wanted to do this with you guys because I think that this could be oh crap, hold on. Sorry. Bro, turn it off. Okay. I think this is a fun thing to do, okay? So, what we're gonna be doing here, okay, and I might turn this into a video too, so you guys get to see it on stream, and then I'll probably put this into a video as well. What we're gonna be doing here, okay, is we're gonna be doing a starting lineup quiz from the 2013-2014 season. Okay, so it's been 10 years since this year, since 2013 starting lineup on opening night. Okay, so, or actually, hold on, sorry, we're just gonna be doing most starts. Okay, we're gonna do most starts for the 2013-14 season. Okay, so now that obviously we got start our first game of the year for most teams, right, done, I just want to go ahead and try to see how many players I can guess out of the 150 players that had the most starts in the 2013-14 season. So this is when I'm just gonna say this, like, this is the first time like I really seriously watched basketball. Like, this is like the first year I was like heavily invested. Obviously the Spurs won the championship this year. This is like the first year I was like fully invested in watching basketball as much as possible, and I truly fell in love with the game. So it's gonna really test me. I don't think I'm gonna do very well because I'm probably gonna forget a bunch of players, right? Because this was 10 years ago. But I think it's a fun thing to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this with you guys, and see how much I can do in 10 minutes. Okay. So let's go ahead and you guys can help me out as well. I'm not gonna do this alone. So like if you guys know anything that I'm like flat out missing, then help me out here in chat. So yeah, let's get started on this. Okay, so Atlanta, I'm just gonna try to go through this in order. Okay, I know it's Teague, Kyle Korver, I think it was Damari Carroll, Paul Millsap. Oh, Millsap. Is it 2 L's? Yeah, 2 L's, and then this was Horford. Okay, Boston. Oh my God, who was on Boston this season? Okay. Oh God. Okay, so was Rondo here? No. Okay, so he wasn't. I don't think he made enough starts. Oh God. Okay, Bradley, Avery Bradley. Was Jared Sullinger? Oh my God, it was Jared Sullinger. Okay. I might have to come back to Boston. Oh my God, oh God. Okay. My head. This could be tough. Like, I I don't exactly know where Chris Humphries is. Okay, no. That's just a random dude. Okay. Brooklyn. Okay, that's John Wall. Sorry. Garrett Walls did not make enough. Okay, cool. Brooke Lopez was not... What? Bro, what? Okay, Robin Lopez in Portland, but... Oh my god, Brooklyn. Okay. Oh, god. Okay, Joe Johnson for sure, right? Okay, Joe Johnson. Was it Reggie Evans? No. God, who started at center for Brooklyn this season? Okay, Darren Williams, right? I thought it was Gerald Wallace, but clearly that's just wrong. Oh my god. I'm probably missing someone obvious. Okay. Charlotte, Al Jefferson, Kemba Walker. I'm just blanking on guys. Holy crap. Was this Lance Stevenson year? Okay, no, he was still in Indiana at this point. Let's see here. Here, oh my god, is this the year with Brooklyn? Oh my god, it was. This was the year with Brooklyn that they traded for Paul Pierce. They got Kevin Garnett. Was it Jason Terry? No, okay, I don't know who exactly who was their fifth starter this year. Thank you for that, optimistic Bulls fan. Ray Allen was on this. Yeah, he was on the Heat still. He was on the Heat in this year. He was coming off the bench for the Heat. Yeah. Oh my god, Kemba Walker. Was Josh Richardson? No, okay, no, that's just no, not Josh Richardson. Jesus. McRoberts? Yes, Josh McRoberts. That's who it is. Got it. Oh my god, okay. Kid Gilchrist, if I could spell this right. Okay, Michael Kidd Gilchrist. I don't know who that starting shooting guard is. Was it Jeremy Lin? No, different year. Crap. Okay, let's go with Bulls just because I know this. I should know this. It should be Boozer, and then this was Butler, right? Did Deng? No, Deng was traded at this point. Was it actually Dunleavy? Okay, it was Dunleavy, and then I'm gonna guess this was Heinrich. Yeah, okay. Cleveland. Oh my god. So this was Irving. I gotta speed up here. I know. Tristan Thompson. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know the other two. 31, 34 starts. It's probably simple, but I'm oh, Waiters? Did I spell that right? I hope I spelled that right. Okay, maybe not. Deion Waiters. Okay. Okay, this was Monte Ellis. This was Nowitzki. And then this was Tyson Chandler. No, never mind. Not Tyson Chandler. Was it Samuel Dallenbert? Oh my god, bro. Was it Calderon this season? Yes. Oh my god, I'm remembering. And then it was Shawn Marion. Oh my god, I got Dallas. I can't believe we got Dallas on this one. Denver. Fareed. Who started for Denver? Was it Nurkic? No, it wasn't Nurkic. Crap. I don't remember who started for Denver this season. Ty Lawson. I think it was Rainey Foy. Yeah, okay. I got most of Denver here. Detroit. Drummond. Was Monroe still here? Yeah, he was. Oh my god. And then Josh Smith. This was a stupid team. I remember this so well. Caldwell Pope, and then it was Brandon. Was it Brandon Jennings? Yes, I got all of Detroit. Okay, cool. Golden State. I almost typed Warriors. This was not Iguodala. This was Harrison Barnes. No, it wasn't. Oh my god, what was this? Was this Iguodala? Oh my god, it was Iguodala. Okay, I'm stupid. Now I'm remembering. Sorry. Green. No, it wasn't. Okay, I think it was David Lee still. Yep, and then it was Bogut. All right, cool. Trying to remember things now. Indiana had George Hill. It was Paul George. Sorry. David West, and it was Roy Hibbert. Okay. I'm doing actually better than I thought here, but I'm taking too long. Clippers. No, not Matt Barnes. JJ Redick. What? Oh my god, bro. I don't know. Was it? Oh, was this the year that Crawford? No, it wasn't. Oh, Jordan Crawford. Okay, Griffin. Sorry, I'm not doing well here with the Clippers. Who started for the Clippers? What? Was it Darren Collison? No, it wasn't. I don't know, man. Lakers. Did Bryant play this season? Yeah, I don't think he did. Was it Robert Sacre? No. I don't. Is it? I don't know how to spell Chris Kaman. God, the Lakers this season. Oh my God. Let's come back to it. Oh my God, Memphis. Okay. Oh, Pau Gasol for the Lakers. Jeez. Memphis. Okay, Conley, Randolph. I don't know who their small forward is. Okay. Wade, Chalmers. Sorry, chat. I gotta do this quick now. Bosch, and then was it Battier? Okay, Shane Battier. Anteta Kuhn. Oh no! What? God. Okay, Parker. No. Okay, cool. I guess not. I don't know Milwaukee. Was it Mayo? Oh my God, bro. I don't know Milwaukee at all. Brandon Knight. Okay, I got one. Let's skip Milwaukee because I'm just blanking and I gotta move quick here. God, Minnesota, man. I don't even remember who was on this. Okay. Kevin Love. Pekovic still here? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure the starting point guard for Minnesota was good. I typed in Matt Barnes. I typed in Kobe because I think this is the year that Kobe was injured. Isaiah Thomas? I don't know which Thomas that was. Might for I don't know. Sorry, we gotta go because there's 2 minutes here. New Orleans. Davis, and I don't know. New York. Okay, hold on. Carmelo Anthony. Was it Raymond Felton that year? Oh my God. That's how you spell it. I don't know how to spell Stoudemire, but I guess it's not it. Okay, I just want to get like the easy stuff out because oh God, Tabo Cephalosha, if that's even correct. Ibaka, Perkins. Crap, I don't know. This sucks. Jameer Nelson, Vucevic. Was this the year that? Oh my God, no. Okay, no, I'm thinking a different year. Crap. Oh my God. Sorry, I was thinking for Minnesota just for a second here. I don't know. Oh my God, is he not there, bruh? Harris? No. Crap. I'm running out of time, unfortunately. Okay. I'll just do San Antonio just because I know this for sure. It's kind of jumping around now. Bradley Beal, Porter. Nope, not Otto Porter. Crap. It should be Gortat still. And then was it Morris? No. Nay. No. What? Bro, I don't know, man. Okay. Lillard, Aldridge. I'm just doing my best here just to get some stuff. Bledsoe. No, not Bledsoe. Oh my God. Was it Dragic still in Phoenix? Okay. Philly. Oh my God. I don't. Was Thaddeus Young? Oh my God. This was still Thaddeus Young and Spencer Hawes is still here with Evan Turner. Oh my God. It's coming back. Okay. For Houston, I don't unfortunately know anybody, so I think I'm just gonna leave it 100 out of 150. Sean Livingston, oh my God, bro. Gerald Henderson would have never got that. Brandon Bass, wow. Okay, I'm actually proud of myself. I got 100 out of 150. Like this is pretty solid for me. JJ Hickson, Jesus. Okay, I forgot about Houston completely. This is my fault. I should have got Harden and Dwight Howard easily. And honestly, should have gotten Chandler Parsons. That's my fault. I wasn't thinking there. Kendall Marshall and Joni Meeks would have never gotten that. Tayshaun Prince for Memphis. Okay. Jesus Christ, this is a crazy Milwaukee lineup. Nate Walters, Chris Middleton, Ersan Ilyasova, Zaza Pachulia. I forgot about Ricky Rubio in Minnesota. I'm so upset at myself. Kevin Martin. Yeah, okay, yeah. Drew Holiday. Yeah. I forget. He was so injured at that point, though. Shumpert and Bargnani for New York. Okay, I'm gonna give myself this. I had Cephalosha. I just couldn't spell it right. Oladipo and a Flalo, and this was Michael Carter Williams rookie season. Oh my god, bro. James Anderson got 62 starts for Philly that season. That's insane. Oh, I should have gotten Portland. I 100% should have got Matthews and Batum. I just didn't think. I was running out of time too, man. Fry and Plumlee, PJ Tucker. If I had more time, I definitely would have gotten more of these, but 10 minutes is way too quick. Ben McLemore, DeMarcus Cousins. Jeez, man. Gordon Hayward's in Utah. Trevor Ariza and Trevor Booker. Oh my god, man. That Washington team. Yeah, that was that Washington team was pretty interesting. I forgot, man, Trey Burke in Utah was just so like nothing. I no disrespect to him. I don't know why I couldn't think of Houston. I don't know why I couldn't think of anybody from Houston. That's my fault. PJ Tucker, Channing Frye, Miles Plumlee I would never have gotten. I should have gotten Toronto if I had more time. Obviously, Lowry, DeRozan, and Valanciunas. I probably would have gotten Terrence Ross too. But yeah, that Milwaukee team, I would have never guessed anybody in front of this Milwaukee team. Holy crap, bro. Pachulia, Ilyasova, and Middleton is playing at this point, and Nate Walters. Bro. Jesus, man. It's always interesting when you look back at all this, man. It's like, so like, I know I played like 2K like heavily during this time, so I think that definitely helped. But yeah, this was it's interesting just to see how many things have changed, right? I mean, when you just look at this, right? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or sorry, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll give Ricky Rubio 14, 15, 16, 17. I'll give Kevin Love actually 18. 19, 20, 21. Like it's pretty low number already. Jesus. I'll say Thaddeus 22. Like not a lot of active guys. 23. 24, 25, 26, 27. Yeah, like 27 guys. Like that's not a lot. Like that I would consider like, you know, having like an actual role with the team. Like that's like a very significant type role. It's not a lot. Yeah, a lot changes in just 10 years. So I want to do this just a little fun thing. I'll probably do this at like maybe at like the start, like for the 2014-15 season at the start of next season, because I don't want to spoil myself for that one. But yeah, but hope you guys enjoy this. I think this is like a really fun thing to kind of go ahead and do, because man, this is actually I did a lot better than I thought. I did not think I was gonna get 100. I thought I was gonna get like 60 or something, but I did pretty well honestly for all things considered. But yeah. That's that. All right. On that note, though, it is time for me to end, though. I do appreciate all of you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Bulls lost, unfortunately. That does suck. I did not expect the Bulls to win this one, and then we had some end of game festivities in a sense in the locker room for the Bulls. So we'll keep track of that and see what kind of happens out of that, because that's gonna be interesting to see if the Bulls kind of fall apart now or if they actually play better. We'll see. Bulls play the Toronto Raptors on Friday. I will be streaming after this game, so be ready for that. 9:30 as usual. And the Bulls should win this one. Honestly, the Bulls need to win this game. So I truly hope that the Bulls do win this game, and we're celebrating our first win on Friday night. But tough loss to Thunder tonight. Not the biggest deal in the world, though, in my opinion, because I did not expect the Bulls to win this one. But they gotta win against the Raptors, because then if they don't, we're in bad territory after that. But appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. Hope you guys like this little quiz that I did at the end. I'll be thinking of more fun things to do on stream with you guys in the future. But on that note, if you have not already, hit that like button. Please do. It helps me out a ton if you're new to the channel. I like Bull's content. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys on Friday, I believe. Yeah, Friday. All right. Peace out.